Hey guys, welcome to this brand new episode to learn HTML in just 15 minutes. If you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it and let's get into the video. So the first thing that we have to do is open your file manager and just create a new file over here. I'm creating a text document and you should do it too. Just name it index right over here, and we have to change the file format to HTML, right? So we could just do index. We have all files over here dot index dot HTML. So the file extension for any HTML file is .html. So we just created the index.html, right? This is the file we just created. And okay, so this is the web page we just created, right? So what we can do is we can open this HTML file with a notepad. So if you haven't installed any software at all like Atom, Visual Studio Code, then a notepad would be a simpler way to start. So I am opening a notepad over here. Okay, so we don't have notepad over here. We have notepad, right? So let's start. So the first thing that we have to write is HTML. Everything that we write inside the web page should be inside HTML. So we have something called as head. Okay, so where is the head part? Look, this head part located. So this head part is right at the top where you see index.html and an icon, right? So that's the head part here. And if you don't understand why we are writing two heads over here, one with the backslash, because one is the opening tag and one is the closing tag. Everything that we write should be inside the opening tag and the closing tag, right? So for the head section we have an opening tag and we have a closing tag. We should start writing head here. Okay, so we have a title over here, and title also has a closing tag over here, and inside the opening tag and the closing title the tag, so we write the heading over here. So I say tutorial, right? So when we save that, control plus s, we get here tutorial, right? You could see here we have tutorial, right? So this is how we write the title, and in the next video I'll be showing you how to import CSS, how to import JavaScript to your HTML file. Don't worry, I'll teach you everything. For now, just focus over here. So we have body here. Body is the main part. So we have this part, right? This blank space, this is the body, right? So you could see that from here to here it is the body part, right? So let's go to the file, and we have body here, and everything that we write inside the body will appear over here. So I just write. Okay, so whoa, I created a web page. Okay, so I just saved that. When I hit refresh, okay, we saw that, right? Inside the body part we have whoa, I created a web page. So if we want to make it a bit bolder as a heading, right? So we have to if we have something as a heading, right, we have YouTube as the heading, then we could just do, what am I doing is I have a h1 tag over here, and the h tag is here, and the closing h1 tag is over here. So inside between the h1 tag we have YouTube here, so it should display heading YouTube, so it will display. Okay, so I haven't saved the file here yet, so I just saved it out. Let's see. Okay, we have YouTube as a heading over here. H1 represents heading 1. When you write H2 over here at the both place, we have a bit smaller heading, right? So you could just see that or we could have heading up to H6. So we can't go smaller than that. We have up to H6. So I just saved it out, and let's refresh. So we have YouTube over here and it's heading 6, right? So I will mention it h1 over here, so that will look great. So we have this one, and we have another tag over here which is p. So p tag represents paragraph, and Okay, so let's copy this line. Wow, I create. Okay, so I'll just write here, this is a paragraph, and when I save it, when I refresh, well, we have, this is a paragraph over here, and every paragraph should be on inside this p tag. And if you want to create another paragraph, just write p, and this is another paragraph, right? So when we save it, we should have another line over here. This is another paragraph here. Okay, so let's erase this. Wow, I create a web page. So what we want is, after another, we need a break, right? So we need to shift this paragraph to another line. We need to shift this paragraph word to another line. So how do we do that? It's pretty simple, guys. So we just write over here br, which means a break line. So it would just break the line, and here we should be seeing this is another paragraph, right? Boom, we have the paragraph in another line, and that was pretty cool, guys. So if we want a horizontal line, how do we do that? If you want a horizontal line, just write hr. So we have a horizontal line over here. And something to remember, guys, this hr doesn't have a closing tag. They are self-closing tag, because between two br tags we don't have to write anything. So we just wrote a br tag, and that's enough for it, because it doesn't need any closing tag, right? So that's how it goes. And if you want to import our image over here, we can just do here img, where we have a source, and we have alt. This alt stands for alternative word. Instead of, if the image is not over there, if the image is not shown, then we have a alternative word that will be shown instead of the image, right? So there is no picture, right? So it should probably show there is no picture, because we don't have any source over here, right? So there is no picture, we don't have any picture. What we could do is image. So we could just go to image, and we just select a image with its url, right? So we just select that, just copy the image address, right? Okay, I'm copying the image address over here, and I am pasting the image address inside the source. Okay, that's a long image address, but here we have the image, right? So the alternative word that we selected has gone, right? So where it has gone, it is hidden as we have the image, so we don't require any alternative word, right? So we could just do that, and it's looking a bit messy, so I'm removing the image tag over here. You could just take the screenshot and look at that afterwards. So that's how it works, that's how HTML is created. And we have another anchor tag here as well. Anchor tag refers to the link, to link a web page with another web page. We have we have anchor tag. So href here, href requires the link for another website. It could be a website like www.google.com, or it could be your another web page, right? So you have to mention the location of another web page, right? So we have here in React, so if I created another HTML file over here, then we just mention its location and it would show here. And it also has a closing tag, and between the opening and the closing tag we have something, we say click here. So if somebody clicks this word click here, this word sentence click here, then they would automatically be redirected to www.google.com. okay, so let's refresh the page. We have click here over here. When I click it, see, we have gone to www.google.com, but it's not accessible as we don't have the file inside the React folder, right? So we have to create a file over here. Let's create a new file here. Okay, so I'm naming it so let's create new file. Here we have a text editor, have html. Sorry, that was a mistake, I guess. Okay, properties, we have to change that. Okay, its type is okay, so let's just open it. Right, okay, so just save it as html, right? So let's save it. We want to replace, yes. Okay, so something is happening here. What is happening? Save as text file, and we have h.html. Okay, we just wrote html, and we should probably see this. This is html. So let's write here html. Okay, head part is an alternative part, so I'm not going to mention that. I'm just going to body, and I have a body over here, and in this body part I will be writing this is another page. Let's save that, and when we go to our website, when we have this index.html, right? So I just wrote .html, and when I save this, and when it, okay, so I go back. Okay, so when I click here, okay, we just redirected to this is another page. You could just see this, have index.html here. When I click this button, we have access.html. That's pretty cool, yeah. So we have completed the features of heading, paragraph, anchor tag, and we also have something we call it as emphasized, right? So it is italics. So it's italic style, and we have strong over here. I am bold, not fat. Okay, so we just wrote something here, and we just saved it out. Okay, let's look at this. It is italics, and it is bold, not I am bold, not fat, right? So what did it do? The emphasized tag made it italics, right? So, and the strong made it a bit bolder. Also use, instead of strong, you could also write B, right? So instead of you could also write I, and that would work exactly the same. Let's see, we have the same feature here. And why I used emphasized and strong is because they are widely used nowadays, and this I and B are not used pretty much, so that's why I used that one. And we also have another thing like table and other different features that wouldn't be able to be covered in the same video. I hope you like this video. If you do, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.